this video, we will be discussing about NCERT exercises. What are the important numericals in the NCERT exercises? The first one which we will be dealing is when an athlete completes one round of a circular track of diameter 200 meter in 40 seconds. What will be the distance covered and displacement at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds? So students, what they are talking about? They are talking about a circular track. We have already discussed about this type of numerical in distance and displacement worksheet. Today we will be discussing this. When it will complete one round of circular track whose diameter is 200 meters. So this is AB, which is the diameter. And what is the length of this diameter? 200 meter. So students, what they are saying, what will be the distance and displacement at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds? First of all, time taken for one round is, yes, what is the time taken for one round? It is 40 seconds. Time taken for one round is equals to 40 seconds. Total time taken in which we need to calculate how much is the total time taken. 2 minutes 20 seconds. 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and we know how much is it. It is 140 seconds. So if I need to calculate the number of rounds, then only I can tell what would be the distance and displacement, how many rounds that athlete has taken. I need to calculate, and for that we all know that number of rounds is equals to total time to the time taken for one round. What is the total time, students? It is 140 seconds, and time taken for one round is 40 seconds. When we'll solve, we'll get 3.5 rounds. So students, how many rounds the athlete has taken? Athlete has taken 3.5 rounds. And what will be the distance and displacement at the end of? We also know that the distance covered in one round. What would be the distance covered in one round, students? It would be the boundary of the circle. And what is the boundary of the circle? It's circumference. So distance covered is equals to circumference is equals to 2 pi r. We can simply do the total distance. What would be the total distance, students? This distance covered is for one round, and total distance would be 2 pi r into 3.5. We know for one boundary it's 2 pi r, and for 3.5 rounds what it would be, students? Yes, it would be 2 into 22 upon 7 into what would be the radius? Half of the diameter, that is 200 upon 2 into 3.5 meter. When we will solve, we got 7, that is 0.5 to 100, and when we will be solving, we will be getting 2200 meter. Now when it comes to displacement, students, what would be the displacement? Displacement after 3.5 rounds. What would be the displacement after 3.5 rounds? That is the displacement after 3 rounds plus displacement after half round. What would be the displacement after 3 rounds? Since the body is starting from A, after one round it is coming again to A, second round back to A, and third round again back to A. So when the initial and final point is same, after 3 rounds, अगर 3 राउंड काटने के बाद उसका इनिशियल पॉइंट भी ए है और घूमने के बाद फाइनल पॉइंट भी क्या ए है, एंड वी ऑल नो दैट when initial and final point are same, displacement is 0. But when we talk about displacement after 0.5, that is half round, what will be the initial point of half round? A. And what will be the final point for the half round, that is B. The shortest distance that can be constructed from A to B is this particular diameter only. आप खुद सोचिए, A अगर आपका इनिशियल पॉइंट है, B आपका फाइनल पॉइंट है किसी भी स्ट्रेट लाइन में, तो आप कैसे उसका शॉर्टेस्ट डिस्टेंस क्रिएट करोगे? सब बड़े होंगे, सबसे शॉर्टेस्ट डिस्टेंस एक स्ट्रेट लाइन ही होगी जो क्या है, इनकी डायामीटर. सो व्हाट विल बी द डिस्प्लेसमेंट फॉर हाफ राउंड? इट विल बी 200 मीटर, दैट इज द डायामीटर. So what is the displacement after 3.5 round? It is 200 meter. It's one of the most important question for the exam point of view as well, students. Students, what is this question about? That Abdul, while driving to school, computes to average speed for his trip to be 20 km per hour. On his return along the same route, there is less traffic and the average speed is 30 km per hour. What is the average speed for Abdul's trip? Now student, you need to be careful. Let's suppose that A is Abdul's home and the distance for example the route he is using for the school is up till B. So the distance from A to B remains fixed as there is no distance given. So the distance covered is X. So we'll write in this way. First of all, we need to explain. Whenever we are letting something, we need to explain what is it. So let the school be at a distance. Let the school be at a distance of X kilometer. How much is the distance from the school to the house? That is X kilometer. Now we will again be letting, if T1 be the time taken, if T1 be the time taken to reach the school. The first case is when the boy is reaching to the school. If T1 is the time taken to reach the school, then what is T1? We know the time is equal to distance upon speed. We can even write it in the shortcut form. I'll show you how, because it's S1 upon V1, distance 1 upon speed 1. Since we know time 1, distance is X only from going school to the from going home to the school, and the speed is 20 as it is given for going, it is 20 km per hour. Now for the second case, we'll take T2. If we'll mention again, if T2 be the time taken for what, students? Anyone? Yes, if T2 be the time taken to reach back, then what will happen? Again we need to calculate T2. T2 is equals to X upon 30. If we talk about total time, what is the total time, students? Yes, it would be T1 plus T2, that is X upon 20 plus X upon 30, and after solving we will get, from by taking LCM, we will be getting is X upon 12. I hope you can solve by taking the LCM. So total distance for going, it's X, and for returning again it's X. So total distance would be X, and X gives us 2X. So the formula of average speed is total distance upon total time. Total distance is 2X, total time is X upon 12. X and X got cut and this 12 came up in multiplication. So 2 into 12 is 24 km per hour. So the average speed is 24 km per hour.